Welcome back, my strong warriors. The prices are dumping. Everyone is depressed. Everybody is calling for much lower prices. It is what it is, friends. I'm here to give you some psychological boosts to your morale right now. We've been here before. You have conquered many more tough things before. Yes, this is a challenge. We will get over it. The prices are going down. It is what it is. People just want to lose their minds. This is part of human emotion. The Bitcoin price swooping down. Will it stop here? I hope so. I don't know. There's always hope, right? We always hope for like 2x's tomorrow for everybody. It is what it is. I can also show you many other charts. You know, the weekly chart is still in that uptrend part. Even though it doesn't feel like an uptrend or look like an uptrend. And every time we have these little points that turn, people will come out and they will say, hey man, you know, before the big frames turn, the smaller time frames turn. Yes, it's true. But what are you going to do? Every single time you see a little time frame, a short time frame move, are you going to lose your mind? You go insane doing that. You can't. Many coins are still trapped in their mental illness zone. I don't know what the hell they're all doing here. Every altcoin chart looks something like this, by the way. This is just ChainLink. For some reason, since capitulation, literally gone nowhere. 469 days. You know, I'd just like to share with you, in the previous bear market, there is a timing fractal we can do to measure how long the market stayed in capitulation. And I'm going to show it to you right now. You can look at it on the altcoins, friends. Very interesting. This was the November 2018 capitulation. How much time did we need to actually clear it? Like, you know, to finally clear it is about 616 days. But by the time we were done, it should be around that Bitcoin halvening, about 483 days. How many days have we been since that June capitulation, that final big, you know, that big anger phase? About 440 days, you know? So the Bitcoin halvening is this vertical line. I know I want it to happen faster, but I can't fast forward time. So we know we're waiting for that Bitcoin halvening year to start. That's what we might find. We might find that as soon as it ticks over to January, we just start getting a green candle. This is what's actually happened in the past. It's quite fascinating to see. And there's not much we can do. I mean, this is the Chainlink chart. Chainlink had staking get released here. It had CCIP get released here. It's had all this fundamental news. Nothing has given it the strength for it to move up at all. Not even close. So we know why. Everything is dictated by the price sentiment of Bitcoin and Ethereum. No ifs or buts about it. So have a look at the macro chart for Ethereum. This is very interesting. This is a weekly time frame, very large time frame. And this gray line you see in here, this is the 200-week moving average. Because Ethereum is so new, you weren't able to get the price data for it, but now I can actually form them. And we can see that it's bouncing off it. Interesting, I also mentioned in my post, what happens with this 200-week moving average? What did Bitcoin do before? So in 2015, Bitcoin touched it 3 times. In 2019, Bitcoin touched it 2 times. So this is Ethereum's 3rd touch, if you want to look at it like that. We had this bouncy here. Now we had more bounces here, but this is the 3rd one. Looking for these patterns can send you mad, but it's something to have a look at. Also, of course, there is only one man who can actually save this market, and it is Jim Cramer. A failed rally. More oversold numbers coming. So this might actually be it. This might be it, friends. Jim Cramer is also bearish on US bonds and bullish on the stocks right now. So he is like a phoenix rising from the ashes. He's actually been on a holiday because it's US summer. He's just come back, looked at the charts. He's like, yep, it's over. We're going down. That's exactly what I like to see. And this is the chart I was just talking to you about. So this is a chart of the US 10-year bond. And Jimmy Boo basically says, hey man, I think if you're patient, I believe you'll do way better sticking with stocks rather than hiding out in the treasuries. And he's like, isn't it amazing? He's talked about this. We talked about this about a week ago, and it's like right at the bottom. It's making a double bottom formation. So it's interesting. When you see these double bottoms on a big time frame like this weekly, you probably think, hey, this looks like this would be cheap here. Just like, you know nothing about the product, you know nothing about the asset, you don't know about the fundamentals. It's just, it looks cheap. So whenever I see these, I always wonder, who's selling? Who's like selling down here? Like weak hands? Well, Then you have someone like Jim Cramer. This explains why people are selling. They're like saying, don't worry about them. Sell the treasuries. Get into stonks. So it's fascinating to see this play out. And now moving on to the Pulse Chain ecosystem. It is still a horrendous bloodbath. No one is happy. No one is happy at all. There is a lot of disgruntled type of behavior. I understand, friends. This is markets, man. Every day we wake up, if we're long, we pray that it goes up. We pray that the number goes up. Does it go up? No. But every day you look at the charts, you know deep down. That's why I've shared with you all this information about the Bitcoin halving. It's just all this information we've looked at, even though we are in like a green weekly uptrend for Bitcoin so far, fingers crossed. I mean, everything we've touched has been like turned to poop. So I'm praying it doesn't flip, but if it does, we just got to deal with it. You know, you're looking at this and like we just know whenever the Bitcoin halving time comes, we start getting the rallies. But, you know, at least we need to be thrown a bone here because this is honestly a disaster. Everyone's lost faith, of course, because prices are down. Everybody feels like they've wasted 2 years. In fact, they would have been better off not participating at all. Yes, this is markets, man. This is exactly what happens because there is a large network of people and the liquidity is thin in every single market, right? So this is the amount of people and everybody is just taking out of this little pool of liquidity. That's it. And when they want to exit, this gets dumped. So yes, we're just praying that we are around when everyone wants to get in. That's what we're waiting for. I don't know. When are we going to start getting in? No one knows that answer. But you really got to decide now, what do you do? If you really want to attack other people, then luckily for you, I have a solution. There's actually a sell button. It's right next to the buy button. You don't have to go very far at all. Just exit, leave, and stop annoying the rest of us. For everyone else in, if you have any spare bullets to use, you deploy. You actually find it's pretty rare. The only people who have spare bullets are people who are getting a weekly or a monthly wage from work. I understand everybody's deployed, but it is what it is, man. That's why, friends, you're watching this video. I want to share with you the Bitcoin chart because everyone thinks that, you know, Bitcoin was easy. You just had to hold, right? And we know we've been through this many times. Yeah, it doesn't look so easy, does it? But look, during these times, well, do you honestly think, look at this. Look what it looked like, man. This is Bitcoin in the earliest days. Bitcoin at $2. Bitcoin at $4 to $5. So what I don't like is people just go to the bottom tick and they go, look at this, went up in a straight line. No. All right. Let's say you bought Bitcoin at $6. What do you think? You think you feel great when you're down 40%? And then you think you feel great when it's even lower. Now you're down 60% from that low at $2. And then what's everybody telling you? It went up 20,000x from the start. What, you think you're a genius? No, you don't feel like a genius because those people are still up, well, like 1,000x, 500x. And the next cycle happens time and time again. This is where I always get fascinated by how people want to stay blind. They really don't like seeing the truth. Look, I've made so many posts and tweets telling you, if you bought Bitcoin at $400, well, it looks cheap now, but look what $400 made you sit through. It made you sit through, let's say you bought here. Now, it still made you sit through, my gosh, 365 days and you're minus 42% down in this imaginary Ponzi. You see how difficult it is to do it? But yeah, it's not even really difficult. You are strong. You are my warrior. Thank you very much. Like, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. My job here, my goal here is for you to be empowered, friends. That's why we're here. That's why I want to share with you the stories in the chart. That's why you love watching me, because I share with you, these aren't just candles. There are stories, there are battles, there are hopes, and there are dreams in these candles. And we can actually go through the stories together. I can read it to you like the book, opening a nice book, and we can learn the lessons, because we don't want to learn the hard way. We want to learn the easy way. And obviously, learning the hard way would be, let's just sell everything and buy when it looks better. That's learning the hard way. So when it comes to looking at all these points of capitulation, you know what I mean? Even PulseX down. So honestly, what I've done, this is just a form of coping, friends. Of course, you got to do it. Change a W, change it to an M. M also stands for friendship. You had 3 red monthly candles in a row. I'm not kidding. Change it to a monthly, friends, because, you know, everyone's losing their minds. I understand why. Everyone's got like an hourly chart or a 4-hour chart, and they're just watching these things go down, and it looks like you'll never, ever, ever progress, because you can see the future and it's still like a whole month. You're like, oh, we're going to be down here forever. That's why I just like using a monthly. It is what it is. You have to protect yourself against the way of the soy. There's no ifs or buts about it. You have to use this. That's why I'm here to share with you to do it. Change all your time frames to monthly. It is what it is. This is a weekly, you know. Find the M, friends. Find the M. Find the monthly chart. There you go. This is the hex chart. Looks so much better. And during these times, you have to take a rational-minded approach. You have to stay level-headed, because the people who aren't staying level-headed, they're exiting out. They're selling stuff minus 98, minus 99%. And let them. That's fine. That's fine. So I'm just here to share with you, right? So the top 4 coins that you're going to see here give you no emotional reaction at all. Ethereum Classic, you don't care. Cosmos, you don't care. Stellar, no one cares. Litecoin, no one cares, okay? But for Hex, there is an emotional reaction, good or bad. Of course, everybody's bad right now, but you don't really think anything of the others. This is how you can tell if humanity doesn't die, if a comet doesn't hit Earth and they print money again and we go up instead of down for once in our lifetime, you got to think about all the voices that are going to be cheering for this, right? You have to think about that, all right? Now, it doesn't even matter how big or small the candles are. That's where my mindset is. I'm always thinking about the future. If you want to win in this game, you got to think about the future. You can choose to do what you want, friends. You can choose to buy, sell, hold. I don't care. I'm just here to tell you what I do and how I think, because I've made a resource for somebody like me. When I started, I wanted to learn by osmosis of somebody. I wanted somebody to give me their time without paying, because you don't have thousands of dollars to lay out for somebody just to teach you stuff. So this is where you get to learn something, right? So think about it, right? You don't know those coins I mentioned. This is where you got to think of. What's everyone thinking of, friends? Everyone's thinking of prices are going down today. I know I'm thinking about that too, and it sucks. But also, when I get over that, I think about, all right, we have to conquer. We are warriors. How are we winning? Okay, we got to think of the future. This is how I think, right? For those coins I mentioned, Ethereum Classic, Cosmos, Stellar, Litecoin, you don't know who their leader is. You don't even know what they're up to. You have no idea. You don't know their names. You don't even know people who support them. And they're all 10 times bigger than Hex. They're actually more now. They're probably like 15 times bigger. So in crypto, the number one sin is to be forgotten. That's actually the number one sin. It's not bad publicity. It's not getting sued by the SEC. It's not being attacked. It's not being called a Ponzi scam. Nope. The number one sin is to be forgotten, right? Now, don't misconstrue this. Of course, everybody attacked and gave Luna bad press, right? But Luna was an obituary. Luna was an obituary where people left the system to go join somewhere else. Okay, that's the key difference. Right? So Hex still gives people a bad emotional reaction. And learn from Mr. Dancy. Mrs. Dancy saying, buying is so painful. Yes, it is, my darling. So look, we are still seeing huge amounts of capitulation, right? So this, we're down 98%. We've seen someone sell 17.8 million. They're playing around, trying to buy and sell. At the end of the day, we just got to let people do what they do. This is what people do at these extremes, because they got the finger on the button. That's why if you change it to a monthly candle, you get to see the future. And this is the time. I just want to share with you emotion, friends. So from Yalumi saying the OG, so he's talking about the original gangsters of the Hex crew for start. He's saying their silence is deafening, especially those who sold the top and live off Hex. Hex was always a losing battle for latecomers. No meat on the bone like K4K promise. So this is emotions right now. This is emotions, friends. Do you think this is closer to thrill and euphoria, or closer to depression and despair? High or low? It's up to you to decide. Only you can decide. So putting all of that aside, I'm here just to give you some information, some help. The help, this is the truth, all right? The truth is, no one knows what's going on and everyone sucks. That's the truth. I have followed many influencers over the years. I've seen them get things right for like 6 months to 12 months. And then I've seen their win rate go down every single time. Their win rate goes down and they disappear. Everybody goes up and everyone goes down. Everybody. I know this. Okay? This is what happens. And we want them to be right when they say the thing that we want. But at the end of the day, we can only do what's best for us, friends. What's best for us is to put our minds where those who have succeeded before us, where they go. Okay, where do their minds go, friends? Are they living in today? No. Are they living in the past? No. The winners, the top 10%, are living in the future. They're investing for the future. They're thinking about the future. Yeah, it sucks today. Of course it sucks today. I'm not saying to smile. Not even saying to smile. I'm not saying, hey, be happy. What are you crying for? Right? I don't like that gaslighting type of marketing, okay? I'm just here to share with you, all right? Once you get over this emotion, you have a nice cold shower or something, you eat some bananas, you straighten your back a bit, you start thinking about the future. You go, okay, the future. You know, once upon a time, we were going through a bad time many years ago, and we thought we'd never make it out. Yet here we are today. See? Today is the future of yesterday. But now we got to think and carry it from now again. So we'll end it with the Bitcoin chart that I've been flapping around here, right? So Bitcoin has actually been struggling. If it was recovering as usual like the other cycles, it would be at 41,000. But this is a bit of it's a weird trickery because you're measuring it from the low to the high when you do the fractal here. Really, the percentages off the top, it's around where it should be, right? Around, 25K-ish, 25, 30K-ish. So the returns are diminishing, but unfortunately, we aren't early anymore, despite all the propaganda. This is why there's only one pocket left. It is. And you can tell it. You can feel it. You can feel it. People don't even want to say buy. They don't even want to say that. You know what's interesting? I still feel like it's not political like self-sabotage if you say buy Bitcoin. It's not political self-sabotage. But I know it is. Because I know what they're buying. I know they're buying Roger Ver's 30,000x bag. I know they're buying after Peter Schiff has finally turned bullish after 12 years. I know they're buying something that got revealed by Eric Wall and Udi just to be a very slow layer 1 blockchain that nobody wants to participate. Friendtech didn't get deployed on Ethereum, on Bitcoin, friends. Think about it. Just everything new just coming to Ethereum. We know the future. So we already know the future. And now we want cities around Ethereum where everybody says, no, it's over. That's how we know. No one wants to say to go buy altcoins. No one. They're too scared. What do they say? Oh, well, you got to buy Bitcoin, have some stable coins. That's what they say. That's how you know it's a wrong move. You never want to be on market consensus. Market consensus gets you absolutely nowhere. But, it is nice to dream about what the future might look like because this is Bitcoin cycles overlay with each other. The light colored one, this is the 2015 to 2016 Mt. Gox Ponzi cycle. And then the dark colored one is the 2019 plus token. So we are currently down here. Bitcoin is lagging behind itself of the past, but we kind of expect that because its drop from the top was also lower. So you now have to sit here and just say to yourself, is this time going to be different? Is this time going to be different, right? Now, I don't think it's going to go like this. Of course not. This is Bitcoin going to 80K next year. But you just got to think. We're thinking about the future here. We're thinking about here, okay? You know this block? I'm going to draw a rectangle here, friends. Okay, this rectangle goes from $8,000 up here up to 65K. And it's literally for the next 12 months. He's August 2024. I just want you to think. Do you think it will be closer to the top half or closer to the bottom half? That's what you got to think about. Always living in the future. If you live in today, you're going to act like everybody else is acting. They're seeing red candles. They're seeing everybody else upset. They're realizing that they are upset themselves, and they're going to act based off today. Losers act based off today, friends. They make emotional decisions. That's why they're losers. Some people walk by bottles of soy, and they can't help but drink it. Others say, you know what? I've already had my chicken fillets. I'm going to have my protein shake in 3 hours. And that's exactly what I'm going to do, friends. I appreciate every single one of you. Like, subscribe, bell button on, and catch you in the next one.